Welcome everybody to a 1-hour Hatha practice. I hope you're having a great day. This is a special class because it marks the 50th day in a row that I've been sharing free yoga through Facebook Live and now through my YouTube channel. So I hope you really enjoy this class. It's amazing how much life has changed, especially for me in the past 50 days. That was the first day that the yoga studios where I teach were closed, so I'm able to continue public classes. So I'm really honored to be able to share these yoga classes and make sure that people in my yoga community and anywhere else still get a chance to practice. So feel free to subscribe to me on YouTube. It's my full name, Tamara Maxim, and you can find lots of yoga videos there for adults and now for kids. And as well, you can follow me on Spotify if you want some awesome yoga class playlists. So feel free to find me there. The name is Tamara YVR. And tonight's Hatha practice will be a little bit maybe more vigorous than usual. Many people often ask me, when will I be ready for a power class? And essentially all the yoga classes involve similar postures, especially flow, hatha, and power. But we add in some extra things for our flow and power classes, the vinyasas, which can make it definitely more vigorous. But in hatha, we tend to hold the postures a little longer. So tonight I'll take you through a practice that would be a power practice or a flow practice if we added in vinyasas. So I'll let that be optional for you tonight if that's something that you regularly do. Otherwise, try holding the poses in between and see how you do, how you like it. And if you find that you can manage okay through this class, then maybe try one of my power classes, which are on alternating nights or alternating days. So an intention for our practice tonight that we can bring in is courage. To be courageous is to live by your own convictions with integrity, aligned to your values, and to be willing to defend those who cannot speak for themselves. And the word courage is so beautiful because it has the root word cour, which is the French word for heart. So it's really to lead with your heart. So bring that into your practice tonight. You can start by bringing your hands to your heart center, Anahata chakra. Find another intention if you like for your practice, personal intention, collective intention, or maybe even a dedication. Close down your eyes if you like. Bow your mind into the beautiful light of your own heart. Take a couple of deep clearing breaths here and inhale through your nose. And a sigh out your mouth. Exhale. Another breath in through your nose. And a sigh out your mouth. Exhale. Together we'll open our practice with one sound of Om. Deep inhale through your nose. Sigh, exhale. Next breath for Om. Om. Breathe in and breathe out. And blinking your eyes open if they're closed. Bring your gaze back through center. Release your palms. And tonight, stay focused on your breath. Let the breath be deep and equanimous. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your nose. Unless you need a little release, then sigh out your mouth. Let's begin in a tabletop position tonight. Palms underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips, toes are tucked. Turn your fingertips back around toward your knees for a nice stretch. And if it's too much for both hands, just one at a time. You can even walk your hand a little closer to your knees for less intensity, or even soften your elbow. Let's take a few rounds of cat and cow. Your inhale breath, your tailbone comes up, tummy down, chest up. As you exhale, round the spine, press into your palms, stretch the arms, chin to chest. Inhale, tailbone up, tummy down, chest up. Round the spine as you exhale, chin to chest. And now if you flipped only one palm around, then you can switch or turn your palms to face forward. Inhale and exhale, round the spine. One more round. Inhale and exhale. And take your knees wide, big toes to touch. Let your hips come down to your heels, forehead to the mat. Extend your arms. Take a full breath in, lengthen through the fingertips. As you exhale, let your hips come back and down. And now slide your left forearm parallel to the top edge of your mat, and start to wiggle your left fingers underneath your right arm and even off of your mat, and then let the forehead nestle into the space of your left elbow, and let your forehead relax as your fingertips of your right hand reach forward. You can stay like this, or you can start to slide your arm even further to the right side and place the back of your hand on the mat, and now your arm will be quite long, your forehead straight down on the mat, and reach through your right hand for 2 more breaths. And let's switch sides. Place your left arm forward. Place your right forearm underneath your left arm just a little bit. See how that feels, and you can nestle your forehead into your right elbow. And pull the left shoulder toward the mat. And stay like this, or start to slide your right arm all the way underneath your left arm, back of the right hand pressing down, and let your forehead come right down to the mat. Extend your left palm. And come back to child pose. Release both hands forward. Tense your fingertips, lift your arm bones up. Take a big breath in as you lengthen the spine. Forehead down, hips down. Exhale. One more time, lengthen, look forward, lift your chest. Exhale, fold. Remember, you can always come to child pose if you need, or tabletop. Press into your palms, lift yourself back up through center, tuck your toes. Now shift your hips back so you can wiggle your toes side to side, get a little stretch through the balls of your feet. Hips back toward your heels. And come back through center, press into your palms, dig your fingertips forward and down, and pull your hips back and up. Adho Mukha Svanasana, our first downward facing dog. So take a few breaths here, pedaling out your heels. Take some time to spread the fingertips wide. Take a look and make sure your index finger is pointing straight ahead and that all of your fingers are fanned out. Eye of the elbows drawing toward each other. Hips shifting to the right and left. Remember, you can always lower your knees for tabletop or child pose. Start to press your hips up toward where the ceiling meets the wall. Bend your knees evenly and pull your hips back and up. Create a nice long spine. Take one more inhale. Reach your hips even further back. And as you exhale, press your heels toward the mat. One more time like that. Bend your knees. Belly to thighs. Pull your hips back and up as you inhale. Exhale, heels press back and down. And now inhale, ripple forward to a high plank pose. We'll do one very slow vinyasa here just to warm up, and you can always do this after every downward dog. Take one more inhale, come forward high in the toes. Exhale, slowly lower to the belly. We'll do a couple types of back bends here. The first is Viparita Bhujangasana, Exalted Cobra. Root through the finger pads, press the tops of your feet down, draw the inner feet together to touch. On your inhale breath, lift your head and chest up, look up, draw the shoulders back, chest open. Exhale, lower down. We'll add in a twist. Inhale, lift your head and chest up. Maybe look up. Take your right shoulder down to the mat, look over your left elbow. Inhale, come all the way back up, look up in the center. Exhale, left shoulder down, look over your right. Inhale all the way back up through center, lift your heart. Exhale to lower down. So that's one option for back bends. Here's Cobra Pose, a regular Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. Draw the shoulders back, elbows into the body. Root the feet down. You can try to draw the legs together, feet together. Inhale, low Cobra, Bhujangasana, or come up a little bit higher, elbows stay bent, thighs are on the mat. Take one more inhale, lift up just a little bit higher. Exhale to lower all the way down. And now tuck your toes, push into your hands, shift through child pose. And then all the way back and up, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. So that's a very slow motion vinyasa that you can do after downward dogs in the class today if you like, or any type of vinyasa. From here, look forward. Step your right foot through inside of your right thumb. Stay high on your back toes. This is high crescent lunge, and we'll rise up here. Pull your outer right hip back, left thigh forward, and then soften your left knee a lot. Get more vertical through the spine, and then start to straighten out that back leg, rocking the back heel more forward. Keep pulling your outer right hip back. Keep your chest lengthened. Maybe look up, maybe palms come together to touch. Alanasana, high crescent lunge. Take a deep breath in here and a long breath out here. Now reach your arms straight up, parallel arms. As you exhale, twist your upper body to the right side. You can always lower your back knee if you need. Inhale back through center, reach your arms up. Exhale, one more twist to the right. Beautiful. Inhale back through center, reach up. Now as you exhale, lower your right hand to your back thigh. Let your left arm come up and back. A little revolution here, lifting the chest. Have courage to try something new. Bend a little deeper, maybe open your heart. One more deep inhale. Stay for the exhale. Now inhale, both hands up to the mat, sky. As you exhale, both hands come down to the mat, and we'll step back to downward dog. You're welcome to take a slow vinyasa if you like. Stay here, take a tabletop or child pose. If you're staying here, an option is to lift the heels. As you exhale, drop your heels to the right side. Hips pull back and up. Inhale, heels through center. Exhale, heels to the left. Hips pull back and up. Inhale, heels up through center. Stay in the center. Exhale, heels straight back and down. And if you're finished with your vinyasa, you meet us here in downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a look forward. Step your left foot inside of your left thumb. Stay high on your back toes, Alanasana, high crescent lunge. Soften your back knee. You can keep it all the way down if you like. Get more vertical through the spine, and then straighten up that back leg, rock your heel forward. Arms are parallel and strong, chest is lifting. Welcome to also bring your hands together to touch and look up. Pull your outer left hip back, right thigh forward. Take one more inhale breath here. Stay for your exhale, but bend deeper. Now parallel your arms, inhale. As you exhale, twist to your left. Pull your outer left hip back. Your right knee can lower. Inhale back through center, lift your chest. One more time, exhale, twist. Inhale, come back through center, and this time lower your left hand to your right thigh. Lift your right arm up to the sky as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, pull it back. Take another full round of breath here. Stay for your exhale. And one more. Maybe open up your chest, shine that heart to the sky. Be courageous and strong. Exhale. Hands come back through center, reach up. Exhale, plant your hands down. Step back to downward dog. Again, you're welcome to take a vinyasa. You can stay here or take a tabletop or child pose. If you want to come with me, inhale your right leg up to the sky. Stack your hip, bend your knee, draw up your foot to the left side. Inhale, square your hip, lower your right foot down. Same thing, other leg. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Stack your hip, bend your knee, drop your foot behind you. Inhale, square the hip, and lower your foot down. Inhale, ripple forward, high plank pose, and we'll all lower down to the belly. And let's take a different back bend here. Backs of the hands down to the mat, tops of the feet pressing down, palms are facing up. On your inhale breath, lift your head and chest up, reach your fingertips back, Ardha Shalabhasana. Take another deep inhale, so if you can lift up a little higher. Stay here for the exhale. One more, lift up a little higher. Stay for the exhale, and then lower all the way down. Turn your head to the right, left ear on the mat. Let your heels fall out, toes in, deep breath in. And a long breath out. Another deep breath in. And a long breath out. Inhale, come back through center. Again, we'll lift the head and chest up. This time, if you like, interlace your palms. Let the knuckles come toward your heels. Keep the tops of your feet pressing down. Ardha Shalabhasana. Take an inhale. See if you can lift your head and chest a little higher. Stay for the exhale. Root the feet down. One more breath. Lift up a little higher. Stay for the exhale. One more time. Inhale. Lift up. Knuckles toward the heels. And as you exhale, release, turn your gaze to the left, right ear down. Take a deep inhale, full exhale. One more inhale and exhale. And slide your palms back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes, shift your hips back. Child pose, modified child pose or extended child pose. And then all the way back and up, downward dog. Take an inhale breath, look forward. This time step your right foot inside of your right thumb. Spin your back heel down so you have hip distance between your heels. Outer right hip is pulling back, left toes pointing to the top left corner of your mat, and bend into your right knee. As your outer right hip pulls back, reach your arms to the sky. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Take an inhale here, reach up a little higher, bend deeper as you exhale. And now let your hands float to your lower back, interlace your palms. Let your knuckles pull toward your heels, lift your chest. Take another inhale, lift the heart, be courageous. Exhale, bow forward over your front thigh, Baddha Virabhadrasana. Let your shoulder relax on your thigh, crown of the head down. You're welcome to go further, but keep pulling your outer right hip back and left thigh down. Let your head relax so your shoulders open, the space for your arms to lift up higher. Take one more inhale breath here. Full exhale. And now press into your feet. Release your arms all the way up to the sky, and we'll open up our stance. So keep your right foot where it is, but wiggle your left foot back so you have front heel to back arch alignment. Left toe still pointing to the top left corner of your mat, Warrior 2. Take an inhale, extend through your fingertips. Exhale, bend deeply. 2 more breaths. Inhale, extend through fingertips. Exhale, bend deeply. Last one. Inhale, bend deeper. Exhale, right knee over the ankle, tracking toward the baby toe. Front thigh may be parallel to the floor. Flip your right palm up. Lower your left hand down as you inhale, reach up. As you exhale, pull back. Exalted Warrior. Take an inhale, come back into Warrior 2. Exhale, pull it back. One more time. Inhale through center. Exhale, exalt your warrior and stay here or open your heart. So the theme today is courage. Find the heart being elevated toward the sky. You can capture your head with your hand and turn the heart open even more. Keep bending that right knee. If you have a different bind, a full bind or half bind, go for it. 2 more deep breaths. Beautiful work. Come back through center. Straighten your front leg, heel toe your back foot in just a little bit. Find a little bit shorter stance. Hinge forward over your front thigh and then pivot the arms so your right fingertips are straight down, left fingertips are straight up. And if you need to come up higher, that's fine, especially to avoid curling forward. You can use a block under your right hand. It can even be on the outside of your right foot if you prefer. Try to spin your chest open so the right side of your chest is reaching up toward the left thumb, crown of your head toward your front big toe. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Take another deep breath in here. A long exhale. And now look down to the mat, soften your right knee, bring your hands to the mat or to blocks, and step your left toes to turn more forward. Straighten your front leg as you inhale, and maybe you have hands to your blocks. And as you exhale, bow over your front thigh. Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Take an inhale to lengthen, maybe fingertips on the mat or onto blocks. Pull your outer right hip back and bow in. 3 breaths. You can walk your hands back behind you. Turn your fingertips around. Outer right hip pulling back. Last round of breath. And now soften that right knee. Bring your palms forward. Step back. High plank pose. You're welcome to take a vinyasa or all the way back to downward dog. Hold downward dog 3 breaths. If you want to come with me for a little variation, walk your hands a little bit closer to your feet. If you're taking a vinyasa, meet us here. Right hand comes underneath the body. Bend your knees and reach for the outer left ankle, calf, or thigh. You can even try stepping on your right hand with your left heel. Look underneath your left arm. Press into your left hand. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. We'll go to the other side. Right hand comes forward, a little bit closer to your feet than normal downward dog. Bend your knees. Reach for your outer right ankle, calf, or thigh, or maybe step onto your left palm with your right heel. Look underneath your right arm. If you've taken your vinyasa, you can meet us here and maybe even join in the twists. Then release, walk your hands back to the original position. One more inhale, hips lengthen up. Exhale, heels press down. Look forward to your palms. This time we'll step the right foot through, more in the center. Back heel spins down. Find front heel to back arch alignment. Take your right hand to the inside of your right foot, left hand onto your left hip. Built-in Parsvottanasana, side angle pose. Take an inhale, lift your left arm up to the sky, and as you exhale, spin your left arm over your ear. Take a deep inhale breath here, and a long exhale. And if you need to, you can always come up onto the thigh or use a block under your right hand. Deep breath in, and a long breath out. Beautiful. Look down to the mat. Bring both hands to the mat. Peel your back heel up. And we'll step back to downward dog. Feel free to take a vinyasa or 3 deep breaths here. And if you want to take any of the variations that we did, the twist, the lifting of the heels, or 3-legged variation, feel free. One more breath here. And look forward to the top of your mat. This time you'll step your left foot inside of your left thumb. Back heel spins down. Hip distance between your heels. Rise up. Warrior one. Outer left hip pulling back. Right thigh forward. Keep dragging your outer left hip back. Press your right thigh toward the mat, the front of your mat, and your right toes are pointed at the top right corner. Take a deep inhale and a long exhale. And now again, float your hands to your lower back. This time find the opposite grip if you can. Knuckles move toward your heels, chest lifts toward the sky. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. One more breath to lengthen. Lift your heart with courage. As you exhale, fold forward over your left thigh. You can let that shoulder relax on the thigh. Keep pulling your outer left hip back. Knuckles moving upward as your chest comes in toward, chin comes in toward your chest. So create more space in the shoulders by dropping the head. Look underneath your body. Take a deep inhale breath here. Stay for your exhale. Maybe go a little bit deeper. Crown of the head going toward the mat. Outer left hip keeps pulling back. One more full round of breath. Now use your strong feet. Push into the mat. Pull yourself up by your arms. And then let's open the stance. So keep your left foot where it is. Find warrior two. Keep wiggling your front toes forward. Extend through your arms. Bend a little deeper. Keep going. Wiggle your front toes forward. Bend your knee even more. Go deeper. Arms extended, gazing forward over your front hand. Another 2 breaths here. Outer left hip tucking under. Inner right thigh rolling open. And let's flip your left palm up. Exalt the warrior. Viparita Virabhadrasana. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale, take it back. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. We'll take it back and we'll hold here. You can stay. You can capture your head with your hand. Turn your heart open if you have a half bind or full bind. Keep bending that left knee, so don't miss that stretch up the front line of the body. Knee is still tracking outward. Stay with your breath. Make it equanimous. Back to warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Heel toe your back foot in just a little bit shorter stance. Inhale, hinge forward over your front thigh. And let's pivot the arms. And remembering that you want to keep your spine elevated, but also the crown of your head in line with your tailbone. So if you're starting to curl forward or down, come up higher with those left fingertips. You're welcome to use a block. Maybe fingertips are on the outside of your foot. Wherever you are, find that extension through both hands. Trikonasana. Deep inhale and full exhale. Hinge a little bit more. Right fingertips as if they're pointing at 12 o'clock. Left fingertips at 6 o'clock. 2 more breaths. Outer left hip tucking under, inner right thigh rolling open. And soften your left knee, look down, bring both hands to the mat. Step your right foot a little bit more forward and out to the right. Your right toes are still pointed to the top right corner of your mat. Inhale to lengthen, straighten your front leg. Exhale to bow. Pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. Inhale again, lengthen. Exhale to bow. We'll hold here for a few breaths. Keep pulling your outer left hip back, right hip lifting. So you want to keep a level sacrum here. You can take your fingertips back behind you, tent them, and pull your chest to the thigh. Keep your chin in toward the chest, nice long spine. Welcome to use blocks at any time. Soften that front knee, bring your hands underneath you. Step your right foot back and left foot back, high plank pose. And let's lower all the way down into the belly. And this time, untuck your toes, bring your hands behind you, full Shalabhasana. Let the knuckles travel towards your heels, lift your chest, press the tops of your feet down, and start to lengthen through from your belly button all the way up your chest, front of your throat, maybe look up. One more inhale, lift a little higher, stay for the exhale. Take one extra breath, lift just a little higher, stay for the exhale. And then in your inhale, release, let your shoulders relax, look to the right, left ear down. Take 2 breaths. And let's come back up again. Opposite grip, interlace opposite way, opposite thumb on top. Root the tops of your feet down, legs together. Inhale, lift your head and chest up. Knuckles dragging toward the heels. Shoulders roll back and down. Lengthen the belly. Lengthen the chest, lengthen the neck, maybe look up. Take an inhale, lift up a little higher, stay for your exhale. Now on this time, if you like, you can lift your feet and lift your chest and lift your hands all the way up. Deep breath in, full breath out. One more inhale, exhale. Inhale to release, look to the left, right ear down. Let your shoulders relax, 2 deep breaths. Bringing your gaze back through center, palms underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes. You're welcome to push straight up to downward dog or use your knees. Back and up, downward dog. And if you'd like to take a vinyasa here, you can. You can take any of the variations of downward dog or hold in stillness. 3-legged dog, the twist, rocking heels. Leading us back in downward dog if you did a vinyasa. On your next inhale, look forward. Step your left foot between your thumbs. Back heel spins down, front heel to back arch alignment. Left hand on the inside of your left foot or maybe to a block. Right hand to your right hip to roll your shoulder open and then reach your top arm up to the sky. Parsvottanasana. You're welcome to stay here if you want to extend. Utthita Parsvottanasana, looking underneath you. Couple of deep breaths. If you have a bind or a half bind, feel free to go there as well. And looking down to the mat, both hands come down. Let's step back, high plank pose. Lower all the way to the belly. And this time, bend your knees for a Dhanurasana floor bow. You're welcome to take one leg at a time if you like, and that will look like this. Move back a little bit. The right knee will come in. You reach for the outside of the right foot, and you'll kick one foot at a time. Otherwise, we'll do both feet, and we'll do 2 sets. So if you're switching feet, just do one leg on each set. Bend your knees. Reach for the outer edges of your feet with your hands. If you need to, you can always bring in a strap here, and I would suggest using a strap for one leg at a time. Start to kick your feet into your hands. Bring your knees close together. As you inhale, kick back and up, and let that kick lift your chest and lengthen your arms. And for the first set, focus on getting both of your thighs down to the mat. So lift your chest as much as you can. You can gaze down, straight ahead, or maybe even look up. Take another deep breath in, kick up a little higher. Stay for the exhale. One more, kick up a little higher. Stay for the exhale. And then slowly release down. If you're doing one leg at a time, we'll do the other side in just a moment. Make a pillow with your hands, forehead straight down. Take a deep inhale breath, sigh out your mouth. And then you can bend your knees if you like, windshield wiper side to side. So I'm putting in a lot of back bends today, this idea of courage, connection to the heart, lakur. So important in our yoga practice to break out of our traditional habits and patterns, our samskaras, and try something new. All right, let's try second set. So go to the other leg if you're doing one leg at a time. Bend your knees. Reach back and grab the outer edges of your feet. You can grab on top of your feet where your shoelaces would be, your ankles, or maybe you can even reach the shin bones. And as you draw the knees and feet together, you want to try to do that because the feet and knees will come apart. Roll the shoulders back, start to kick back and up, and you can roll back toward the thighs and then roll forward onto the soft part of the belly and keep the feet active, either pointing or flexing. Let the kick back lift your chest and draw the shoulders back. Maybe look up. Let's hold here. Try to take 3 deep breaths. Keep bringing the knees inward, chest lifting upward. 2 more breaths. And when you're ready to release, come down slow. Make a pillow with your hands again, forehead down. You're welcome to wiggle out your hips a few times or windshield wiper. All right, we'll release. Bring your palms back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. You're welcome to go through child pose or tabletop, or push straight back up through plank pose and downward facing dog. And if you'd like to take a vinyasa, you can with me, or we're going to go into wild thing. So flip your right leg up to the sky, lift your right leg up to the sky, stack your hip, bend your knees, start to let the right foot drop behind you. Turn your left fingertips out to the left like around 10 o'clock on a clock face. De-weight your right hand and slowly start to lower your right foot back behind you. Stay high on the toes, heel is lifting, outer edge of your left foot pressing down, and reach back behind you. Be active through the hand, an extension from your heart like you're offering a gift. Keep pressing into the outer edge of your foot and your left hand and your right toes. 1 more breath, open your heart fully. If you're in the vinyasa, you're always welcome to join us here. Beautiful, come back through center. Lift your right leg up and lower it down. And let's go to the other side. You can take another vinyasa if you want, or lift your left leg up. Stack your hip, open it up. Turn your right fingertips out to the right. De-weight your left hand. Slow motion. Bring your left toes to the mat. High on your right toes. Keep that heel lifted. Outer blade of your right foot pressing down as you start to arch back. You're offering a gift. Open your heart. Let your left fingertips be an extension of your heart. A couple deep breaths here. If you've taken a vinyasa, you're welcome to join us here. It's really fun if you smile upside down. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Beautiful, everybody. Let's come back through center. Lift the leg up and lower it down. And let's take a child pose. Oh, it feels so good. Knees can be together if your back needs a little rest, or knees wide if your back is okay. Forehead down. Bring your arms beside you. And try to take 3 deep breaths. And if you'd like to add in the Brahmari breath, pranayama exercise of humming with the exhale, it's really nice. So I'll do that with you, but sitting up so you can hear me. But it's really nice from a child pose. The whole ground vibrates underneath you. Let's take 3. Inhale through your nose. Be as loud and as long as you like. Another one in. breath soften back into neutral breath, deep breath. And then slowly extend your arms forward. Make your way back to downward dog. And step your right foot forward between your thumbs. Back heel spins down, warrior two. Now from here, bring your left hand to your left hip. Soften into your right knee. Step your left foot forward. Feel free to use a block. As your right hand comes toward the floor, it will be underneath your right shoulder. So slightly forward of your right foot and to the right. Either block or fingertips, and start to turn your left hip open. Be active through your standing heel. You want to know where your foot is in space. So take a look and make sure you can see your toes. Often the foot is behind us. We want it straight in line with our hip. From here, let that right foot be a pillar for your posture. Reach your left fingertips up to the sky. Draw your outer right hip underneath you more. Press out through that left heel. Stay here, Ardha Chandrasana, or maybe you look up. We've done a lot of back bending already today, so there's a beautiful addition of a back bend that can happen here. Probably need to look down, maybe soften your right knee, bend your left knee, reach for the outer edge of your left foot, and then as you straighten your right leg, kick your left foot into your hand and spin your chest open. Ardha Chandrasana, Chapasana. A beautiful opportunity here to balance, back bend, find courage. Maybe lift your right fingertips and float your hand to your heart. Take a deep breath, in and out. And then soften your right knee a lot. Bring both hands either to blocks or to the mat. Find standing L-shaped pose. So pull your right hip crease back with your right thumb, and that will help you level your left thigh down. You're welcome to stay here. You can use the blocks. If you want to go a little bit further, start to walk your hands toward your standing leg. Pull up on your right calf. So this does take a lot of courage. So let go of maybe any fears or anxieties you have and just give it a try. Forehead comes toward your shins. Left heel is lifting, crown of the head down. Let your head be heavy so the leg can lift higher. Keep active through that left heel. 3 more breaths. And slowly come back to standing L-shaped pose. Don't be afraid. Bring your left knee in to meet your right. And stand all the way up. Bring your knee with you and hug it into your chest. Right hand to your right hip. Now we have some options here. You can stay here. You can take big toe lock if you have it. Stand up nice and tall. Extend your right arm up to the sky. Your knee can be bent. If you're holding onto your knee, that's fine. You can still try to extend it. Pull your outer left hip back. Keep that leg strong. Extend through your heel. Take a breath in. Stand up taller. Have courage. Open it up. Even if you fall out, you can get back in. Nobody's watching. Turn over your right shoulder. Outer left hip pulling underneath you again. Take a deep breath in, maybe take a look. If you're practicing with somebody, give them a little wink, little smile. Feel the opening of your heart. Come back through center. Breathe it up and bring your foot down. Just take a moment here. Stand tall. Feel that courage radiating from your heart center. Take a deep inhale breath and a long exhale. And let's sweep the arms up to the sky, full breath, arch back. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Plant your palms, step back, downward dog. Feel free to take a vinyasa if you like, or stay here, or take any variations of downward dog that we've done so far. If you'd like to come with me, this is a favorite that I learned from my friend David. Take your left foot and cross it over your right thigh. Bend your right knee a lot. Maybe walk your hands a little closer to your foot and come into a pigeon pose in downward dog. So right knee is bending. You can feel that opening into your left hip. If you've done a vinyasa and you want to join us, left ankle on the right thigh, pull the hips back and up as you bend your right knee. And let's switch sides. Release that by straightening your leg. Bend your knees. Bring your right ankle on your left thigh. Pull your hips back and up. Pigeon pose and downward dog. I guess it's downward facing pigeon. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Another deep breath in. And a long breath out. And then release. Walk your hands a little further forward. One more breath. And then we'll look forward. Step your left foot between your thumbs. Back heel spins down. Open it up. Warrior two. Now gather in your courage. Gather in your strength. Right hand to your right hip. Start to hinge forward. Step that back foot in just a little. And as you're ready, find Ardha Chandrasana. And your left hand can come to a block, just slightly forward and to the left of your left toes, underneath your shoulder, but be light. Press out through your right heel, and if you can, take a look down the front side of the body and make sure you can see your right heel. Like, I've been doing this pose for a long time, and I still find myself with my foot dragged behind me. And what happens is you create a back bend there. So for Ardha Chandrasana, it's not a back bend. It's a hip opener and a balance. Turn your gaze up if you want to look up. Get steady in your posture. And then from here, now you can add in the back bend. Look down, soften your left knee, maybe your right. Kick your right foot into your right hand, outer edge of the foot with your right hand. And then start to open up the chest. And now find your courage. Try not to weight into the block or the floor. Lift your chest a little higher as you kick. And maybe float your left palm to your heart. And if you fall out like I'm doing, get right back in. That's the beauty of this practice, is we don't have to give up. There's nothing to give up, just to keep going. And then when you're ready, soften your left knee a lot. Bring both hands to the mat. And take a moment to plug your left thumb into your left hip crease to pull it back. And this will help to level the right thigh down. This is standing L shape. You're welcome to use blocks if you like under your palms. And you can stay right here, working that outer left hip back, right thigh forward, and keep your right foot active so you know where it is. Or start to walk your hands closer to your standing leg. Bow the chin in toward your chest. Pull up on your left calf with your left hand. And for a lot of people, that takes a lot of courage to release that hand. So give it a try. You might fall out and get back in. Forehead toward your shins. Lift the right leg higher. Keep pressing up with your heel. The more you bow your head, the more the leg will lift. A few breaths. And slowly bring your right knee in to meet your left. Be courageous as you stand up. Even if you have to tap that foot down, nobody cares. Bring your right knee into your chest. What that is a samskara. We're telling ourselves that people care, and they really don't. So let go of those habits and patterns. Have courage to break through. I'm with you. I have those same patterns and habits. So you can stay right here. Hug your knee into your chest. Or take Padangusthasana grip. Big toe lock with your peace fingers and your thumb. Moving into Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. I didn't say that on the other side. Lift your left arm up to the sky. Stand tall and proud. It's okay even if you need to find something to help you balance. Extend your leg to any degree. Try to pull your hip back, lift your chest, and then open it up to the right and left. Try to hug your outer right hip underneath you. Look to the left. And then bring it back through center. Reach up as you inhale, and feet together as you exhale. Let's take a moment here. This is such a beautiful moment, Tadasana pose. The entire journey of your life has led you to stand right here, right now. So don't miss even a beat of it. It took so much courage to get here right now, all of it. The entire journey of your life. And place your hands onto your heart. We really appreciate yourself for that. And let's take the feet out wide. Reach the arms up to the sky. Toes pointing out, heels in. Slowly sit yourself down, Malasana. You're welcome to sit onto your bum if you like, bringing the soles of your feet together. Now, if you'd like to take a crow pose from here, I won't teach it, but I'll offer it, and a vinyasa, and meet us right back here, you can. I know lots of people who practice with me like to do that. Otherwise, we'll come into a twist with a little bind. Take your left fingertips out to the left is one of my favorite twists. Bring your right knee on the inner, right elbow on the inner right knee. Stay here, or maybe reach your right arm up and back behind you. Maybe you spin the palm around and bring the back of your right hand to your sacrum. Stay here, or maybe you can wiggle those fingertips to the top of your left thigh. Maybe you can find that half bind or a full bind. Wherever you are, start to turn and look toward the right. If you're taking a vinyasa from crow pose, you can meet us here, and maybe you can even grab a couple breaths here in this twist with us. Really open the heart. Last deep breath here. Twist your right shoulder even more. Spread the heart apart. Breathe out. Release back to your center. Just a breath in Malasana. And then take your right fingertips out to the right. Your left arm up and open. Spin your palm around. You forgot the elbow. You can press the elbow in if you like. Stay here. Open it up. I like to get to this part so much I sometimes rush. Back of the hand to the sacrum. Maybe you can wiggle the fingers to the top of your right thigh. Open your chest and stay. Or maybe you can go for full bind. Wiggle your right fingertips to find your left. Pull the left side of your heart more open. And again, if you took a vinyasa and you're joining us, you can come back to this twist with us and catch up, so you do a few breaths on each side. And slowly you'll make your way back through center, lift your heart. And you can use your hands behind you if you like to slowly sit yourself down. Extend your legs out long in front of you, give them a nice shake. Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Feel free to sit up onto a block, especially if you have tight hamstrings or tight lower back. Move the flesh around your seat from side to side. Come right onto your center sitting bones. Take your fingertips out to the side. Take an inhale breath and reach your arms up. This is my favorite yoga teacher over here, Honey. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. I feel like one time she's going to just give me some kind of correction. I'm going to listen to her because I've been waiting for her to correct me for so long. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Take a deep inhale breath here. See if you can bring the crown of your head more toward the tops of your feet. And as you exhale, your chest more toward your thighs. And you can always soften your knees, bend them as much as you need. Slowly start to roll yourself up. Just wiggle yourself to the left side of your mat. Bend your right knee up into your chest and take your right knee out to the right. Keep your foot connected to the inner thigh. Right hand comes behind you. Turn the inner left foot down. On your inhale breath, press into your shin bone and your left toes and sweep your hips up toward the ceiling and arch back. So it's very similar to Wild Thing. Press into your right hand as if you're offering something from your heart, your left fingertips an extension. See if you can turn your heart even more. Press into your right shin bone. Hold here, 3 deep breaths. Variation of gate pose, a beautiful opening of the heart. You're ready to come back down. Soften your hips all the way down to the mat. And you can wiggle back to the center. Step your left foot on top of your right leg. And you can stay here for Ardha Matsyendrasana, seated twist, or bend your left knee. Take your right hand back behind you and either hug your right thigh toward your chest, or you can inhale your left arm up to the sky and then hook your left elbow outside the right knee. And any variations you might have of a bind are really nice here. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist to the right. Feel free to find a bind or any kind of adventure. Sometimes I like to place my left hand to the outer right thigh so I can hug myself around a little deeper. The opportunities are pretty endless in this pose. There are a lot of variation. Inhale, come back through center, reach your arms up. Counter twist to the left. I like to stay upright for the twist because I like the length in the spine, but you might like to bow down. Beautiful. Reach yourself back up. Lean back into your hands, extend your legs, give them a little shake. And then a little bit more to the right side of your mat. Bring your left foot in towards your inner right thigh. Bring your left hand back behind you. Turn your right toes down. On your inhale breath, press into the shin bone and your right foot and lift your hips up and start to arch back. Beautiful gate pose variation, a gorgeous heart opener. Big thigh stretch. Offer from your heart but through your fingertips. One more breath. Slowly sit yourself all the way down. A little bit more to the middle of your mat. Hug your left knee in toward your chest. Step it over top of your right leg. Welcome to stay here, Ardha Matsyendrasana, or bend your knee. Sit up nice and tall. Take your left fingertips behind you. You can hug that knee into toward your chest, especially if you don't have as much spinal mobility. But if you have enough, extend your right arm up. Bring the elbow on the outside and push the knee and elbow into each other so you get nice and tall. A little bit of leverage there. And walk the left fingertips close to you. It's good to use a block if you need. You want to have that arm as straight as you can so your spine is straight up. You're not leaning back. Take an inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist, and finding many of the arm variations. So choose your own adventure here of half binds or any kind of position of your hand. Again, I like to place my right hand here on the outer thigh and push a little bit more. Seems to create a little bit of length for the IT band. Try to take a lift of the spine. Get taller as you inhale. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Sometimes the words just tumble out all at once. One more breath. Inhale, come back through center, reach your arms to the sky. Little counter twist to the right for a couple of breaths. Stay tall or bow. Beautiful work. All right, let those legs extend out in front of you. We'll rock over our ankles. One last downward dog here. If you want to take a vinyasa, now is your chance. And from here, we'll come into pigeon. So you can join us when you finish your vinyasa. The right leg lifts to the sky. You can open up your hip, bend your knee, stack it open. You can inhale breath, almost like you're going to flip over. And then bring your right knee behind your right wrist. The right foot will come out to the left side. Depending how flexible you are, your right shin bone might become more parallel. Tuck your back toes, slide your left knee back behind you. Take an inhale breath and stay upright for a moment. Feel that pressing down of the hips as you lengthen chest away from the floor. Nice long spine, open heart. Stay here. If you have an upright variation you'd like to try, adding in the back bend you can, or slowly start to lower down. We'll have 5 breaths here. Make a pillow if you like, or cactus arms, or even thread your left arm underneath you. This is a really nice variation. You might need a little block or a pillow for your head. You can come into a bind. You can bring your right hand, try to catch the right toes behind you. So any variations of this Kapotasana pigeon pose. A few more breaths. We'll slowly start to work our way out. If you really enjoyed that, you can do some more later after the class. Tuck your back toes, slide your right leg back and up, give it a little shake or open it up. Feel free to take a vinyasa here if you like. Join us when you're ready. Left leg lifts to the sky, stack your hip, bend your knee, open it up like you're going to flip over. Try you don't, you bring your left knee behind your left wrist. Your left toes are out to the right side. Maybe your shin bone is more parallel. Take a moment just to mimic what you did on the other side here in this lifted position. And then when you're ready to come down, take your variation. Maybe you stay upright for the back bend. If you're coming down, maybe you cactus the arms or keep your arms parallel. Or maybe you come into that twist, so right arm comes underneath the left. Maybe you use a block under your temple or your head. Take your left arm behind you if you like and try to find your left toes. Take 5 deep breaths. One more deep inhale. Stay for your exhale. Take time to unwind yourself. All the way back and up. 3-legged dog. Option for the last of the vinyasas. Now make our way onto our shins, the top of our mat. You can step forward or hop forward. Bring your feet out from underneath you. Bring your feet onto the mat. Take an inhale, reach forward, and as you exhale, slowly lower down, all the way down onto your back. And from here, hug your knees into your chest, a luxurious rock side to side. Sometimes it's nice to separate the knees or do little circles with them or different shapes. Bring into happy baby, let the knees come out wide. Reach through and grab the outer edges of your feet with your hands and let your knees come to the right and left a little bit if that feels good, or stay in the center. Get a little traction, so as you pull down on your feet, push up into your hands and let that create some stability so you can press the sacrum toward the mat. Chin is in toward the chest, nice long neck. A few deep breaths here, and if you would like to add on to this inversion, you're welcome to move into Viparita Karani, or maybe plow pose or shoulder stand. Plow pose is feet behind the head. Shoulder stand is feet above the hips. So if those are in your practice, feel free to go there. You can also take Shirshasana A if that's in your practice. I encourage you to take 10 deep breaths in whichever pose you've decided to be in for the end of the practice. Bringing yourself back to that intention that I offered of courage. To be courageous is to live by your own convictions with integrity, aligned to your values, and to be willing to defend those who cannot speak for themselves. And it takes courage to break free of our samskaras, our habitual patterns and habits, our ways of doing things that have been built in over time, over our lifetime. And when you practice yoga, it gives you the opportunity to open up, to let the light in, to release some of these old habits and patterns and get more connected to your heart. When you finish your 10 deep breaths, make your way into Shavasana. Let your arms and legs completely relax. Take your time. If there's anything else that you need to do to soften yourself down into this final pose of release and relaxation, please do so. Thank you again for joining me for this 50th class in a row of these free yoga classes I've been sharing online. It's really an honor and privilege to teach so many people this way. But my hope in my heart, of course, is to teach you again in person. Till that time, I wish you beautiful rest of your day wherever you are. Namaste.